Okay, welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Smart Hustle YT. So if this is your first time of coming across this channel, what I teach you guys are due diligent ways of making money online, how to curtail online money wastage, and possible scams. So if these are your topics of interest, make sure to relax, then click the red subscribe button and turn on the bell for you to be able to receive notifications whenever I upload new videos. So guys, without wasting much of your time, let's get to business of what we have today on this video. I am going to teach you guys how to trade futures on Bybit. Okay, so guys, I have really talked about futures trading on one of my videos where I explain what futures trading is all about, and I have really thought about how to get started on Bybit, how to register and verify a Bybit account, which I am going to leave the link on those videos in the description box. So what I am just going to teach you guys only on this video today is how to trade futures on Bybit. So let's go there. Now guys, on Binance and most of other exchanges, they call futures trading futures, but when you come to Bybit, it calls it what? Derivative. So to access the futures aspect of Bybit, we click on derivative, guys. Now let's click on it. All right, now look at the futures interface of Bybit. So we are going to explain all these things in detail, but I cannot move on if I don't tell you what futures is all about. Really, even if I have explained it, let me just use 10 seconds to tell you. Futures trade simply is the aspect of cryptocurrency trading where you predict the movement of a coin, a cryptocurrency. You either say that a cryptocurrency will increase or it will decrease. Simple. All right, now that is it. Now we can trade futures on Binance, Bybit. We can even trade on OKX and different exchanges, but today we are considering the Bybit aspect of it. And at the last part of this video, I will also tell you how to pick up a signal and trade it. So guys, now look at the interface of our futures trading on Bybit. As you can see, I have already a trade that is running, making out some profits. Now guys, when you come to this futures trading, as you can see, I have my chart over here. Okay, some of you might move in and you will not see this chart. It is normal. It is normal. If you don't see this chart, what you're going to be seeing on your own interface is this. After this, you're going to see this and the rest, okay, without seeing this chart. So but it's okay. Now let's continue. If you want to pick up a coin, you can trade on futures on Bybit. Look at the place you click. Okay, you click on here. And when we click on there, we have a lot of options. If you now want to select a coin, let's say you want to trade Bitcoin, you can then click on this box, then put in Bitcoin, BTC, because most of them are used with their abbreviation. So we click on it. As you can see, this is our BTC and this is our chart about BTC. So that is it. Now let's go down and explain more things. All right, now in our Bybit interface, we have our cross. Okay, we have this section, and the rest of that. Let me explain that in detail, guys. All right, now this particular place you are seeing the road cross is where you pick up your leverage. All right, now when I click there, you are going to be seeing a lot of things. You see where the roads isolated and cross, just like I explained before, but let me explain it again. When you choose isolated option, you are simply saying, because you can't use all your money in one trade. Like if you have $100, you can use what is known as risk management or portfolio management. You may decide to use 10% of your money to trade. Let's say 10% of $100 is $10. You can use it. Then if you choose isolated, you are telling this trade or the exchange that, let's assuming you have a loss, that if your loss gets to liquidation, that's what we call liquidation. In Forex, they call it blowing of the account, right? So liquidation is when you start making a loss to a point that you lost the whole money you use in trading. So if you're using isolated and use $10 out of $100, when you get to this section where you are making loss to a point that the whole $10 is gone, immediately you get to liquidation, it will just deduct the $10 from your total money and take you out from the trade. But when we are talking about cross, you are simply telling the exchange that when you get to liquidation, they should move over to your account and pick more money and add to your present money in order to keep on trading, because sometimes a trade might get to a huge loss part and then retrace, they call it retracing, and then move back and start making profit. So this cross will ensure that you stay in the market so that when it bounces back and start making profit, you start making profit equally. Now guys, we can really click on both of them. I can click on isolated and select it, use it, or I click on cross. Okay, but I like using isolated, guys, just my personal reason. All right. Okay, now as I have explained it, you can use any one of your choice. You can use any one of your, depending on the one that you find more interesting to you. So that is it. And coming down here, we have the X section of this, our either isolated or cross. Okay, now if I put my hand here and toggle it to the right hand side, you will see that it will increase. If I go back to the left hand side, it will decrease. Now this thing is showing you, assuming you are on 10x leverage, you are simply saying that whenever this coin move in profit of 1%, your profit will be multiplied by 10. All right, and when you make the same loss of 1%, it will also be multiplied by 10, guys. Now it is often advisable to use a lower leverage as a beginner. Okay, you can use a higher leverage later, unless you have a particular signal, authentic signal source, then you can follow their leverage as the case may be. So that is it. Leverage determines the amount of profit and amount of loss you are going to be making on a trade. So the way it makes profit for you is the way it can even embezzle your funds. Okay, guys, so let us go back. We can really put this on let's say 10x leverage, or let me put it on 20x. Okay, and click on save. All right, now the next thing we have here is the orders. Now we have the section of the order here. Okay, now what is this all about? Okay, now when we click on it, we are given a lot of options. But the one I want to talk about here, most importantly, because I can't really talk about everything about futures trade on Bybit on one video. I will make another video for that. But let me just give you guys the basics. Now, the one we are going to be talking about here is the limit and the market order. Okay, now look at the first one is the limit. Now let me just use a very simple explanation to it. Let's say, for example, that you want to trade Bitcoin, and Bitcoin price right now, maybe the normal Bitcoin price should be about $5. I don't just want to confuse you so that you understand it. We know that's not the price of BTC, but let's say the normal Bitcoin price is $5. And Bitcoin now got down to $3, and you want to predict that Bitcoin will rise up to $5 again. But you want to be sure when Bitcoin starts rising and gets to $4. Now you can come to this limit and say and put in 4. You are now telling the exchange that immediately Bitcoin gets to $4, the trade should be executed and start running. All right, so that is the simple definition of limit. Whatever you set as the value of the coin, that is what the coin starts using to trade. Immediately it gets to that value, the trade will be executed. Then what is market? Now, market option or market order is simply entering the trade as at the particular price. Let's assume that Bitcoin is now at that $3. And you are very sure it will rise to that $5. You use market order and execute the trade immediately without even waiting for it to reach $4. I hope I am talking senses into that your brain. All right, guys, pardon me. All right, now let's click on limit. When I click on limit, guys, as you can see, I can put in any amount I want. Okay, we are in BTC and the current price. First of all, let me even explain this left side before we now continue. Okay, this side is showing the amount of people that is selling, and this section is showing the amount of people that are buying. All right, so that is what these two interface. Then the one at the center is showing the current price of that coin. Okay, now the current price of this particular coin now is BTC now is $27,558. Now we can decide to say when BTC get to 27,550, our trade should execute. So here I will put in 27,550. All right, if I want to put point, I can say point 10, something like that, or 0.1. All right, so that is it. Immediately Bitcoin gets down to this particular value, my trade will execute depending on what I am trading for, which leads us to that. So guys, we can really trade futures on two sections. We can either buy or long, or we sell or short. Now, if you are longing, you are simply saying that the coin will increase. If you are shorting, you are simply saying that the coin will decrease. So if you long and the coin start increasing, you'll start making profit. But if it start decreasing, that means it's not going to your direction, you start making loss. Now, if you selected short, that the coin will decrease. If it start decreasing, you'll start seeing your profit. And if it start increasing, then it's going against you. You'll start seeing what? Loss. So that is it, guys. And let's continue. Now, as we have selected limit, we can also select market. Now, when I select market, as you can see, you don't have any place to put in the limit again. You just put the quantity of BTC you want to trade. And if you put the quantity, it will calculate it in dollars. Do you understand that now? But if you execute the trade, it will start running immediately. So guys, okay, the next place we are going to look at is this section, and also the TP and XSL. We can really toggle this to the left and toggle it to the right. Now look, if we toggle it to the left, I want you guys to be looking at here, this section, the cost. Okay, I want you guys to be looking at there. If I toggle it to the right, you see it increases and decreases. That is the place you have to be looking at, the cost section. That is the place that is telling you how much that will be deducted from your account. Then if I toggle it here, you see it increased to 8.44 and the other side 8.45. Now some people might ask, what is the difference between these two places? Shouldn't we have only one price? But we have 8.44 green and 8.45 red. Now the color of long is green and the color of short is red. All right, now this particular thing down below here is telling you that they have two different prices to this that you want to trade. So if you are longing, it's telling you, just know that the cost they are going to remove from your total balance is 8.44 if you are longing. Then if you are shorting, it will be 8.45. I hope you understood that. Now let us quickly get to TP/SL. Now let me click on it, guys. Okay, now when you click on your take profit and your stop loss, you'll see a lot of things. All right, now it depends on what you want to achieve. If you have the place you want to take a profit on your trade, you can really put the section here. If you have a place you want to stop loss, assuming you start making losses, for you not to get liquidated, you want to stop that particular loss at a point, you can put it here. Now if they give you a signal, they will show you all this. You will see where the roads take profits. You can put in the take profits here, you can put in the stop losses here. So that is it. And whenever you put it, it will calculate the amount of profit it's going to give you. Assuming we are in BTC now and I decide to put 30,000. All right, so let me put 30,000 to know the amount of profit I'm going to be making. Do you see it, guys? So it will calculate the amount of profit here. All right, calculate the amount of profit here, and when you put your stop loss here, it also calculate the amount of losses you're gonna make. So that is it, guys. Now when you pick up a trade and trade it, remember I told you guys that the trade is gonna be showing here, but if you want to know the history of everything you are trading on Bybit, you quickly click on here, guys. So let's click there to explore. Now when we click there, okay, we see a lot of things. You see this position aspect is the coin I'm currently trading on. The current orders are your take profit and your stop loss sections. Now we have a lot of options, the tools, order history. If you want to check the amount you are making, you click on what? Realized P and L. That is the place it show you the amount of profit you have been making for some days. So guys, let's go back. All right, now some people don't know how to do this. Let's say this trade is in this section and you want to, share it. At a click of a button of this particular icon here, you can share this trade. Let me click on it. If I click on it, look at this. So I can really now save this picture. I can post it anywhere I like, post it on my status and the rest of that. So that is it, guys. Now the next thing I am going to teach you guys is how to enter a trade signal. So let's go there, guys. Okay guys, standing in front of me is my futures 99.99 signal package, and that's a VIP. And in this particular group, whenever I put up a signal, the signal does not travel without coming back with profit, guys. That's why I call it futures 99.99, meaning 99.99%. Now look at how mainly a signal looks like. Look at this. Look at the coin it tells us that we are to trade. Look at the entry order and look at the target. Targets are also called take profit, and as you can see, we have lots of take profits here. We have the first take profit 0.600, second take profit 0.595, and the rest of that. And look at the leverage. So look at the stop loss, guys. Now let us queue in all this into our futures account. We are talking about EOS. So when we click on this place, we select it just like I taught you guys. Now click on it, EOS. All right, so let me just pick lots of things here before I move back. So it says we should put it on market order, and let me take profit 3. All right, let me use 0.590, and our leverage is 20x. So let's go back. I click on the leverage first and select it up to 20x. All right, and leave it at isolated margin, isolated, and put it up to 20x. So that is it, and then click on save. Then it is already on market position, remember. Then the next thing for me to select here is now in Binance you can select your take profit and stop loss before putting your amount, but in Bybit you have to first of all select the amount you want to use to trade. So here let me just toggle this on, and I may select $6.22. If I want to reduce it to 5, I can really clean this up, maybe put 380, and look at there, we will get, okay, sorry, and put something like 300, we get 4.9. So it depends on what you want to achieve. If you want to achieve 5, you can keep on increasing it, like increase it to 10, you see, or increase it to 305, maybe, to get accurately 5 USDT. That is when you can put in your take profit and your stop loss. So let me click on take profit. Here I can put in 0.590 as we have over there, maybe. And again, now what is this particular signal talking about? The signal said we should short. That is it. Now when we come here, before we put in any take profits, we need to click on the short. Look at long and look at short. We click on short, then put our 0.590. Now immediately the profit you're going to be making here will be calculated over here. Am I understood? Then we click on stop loss, then go back to our particular signal again. Then we have 0.630 as our stop loss. Then we come back and put in 0.630. As you can see, it will calculate your loss over here. So that is it. Okay, now let us continue. Let me click on confirm. As you can see, now immediately after doing that, you can then short. Now you have long and you also have short, but remember we are shorting here. Then you click on short and then confirm. Immediately your trade will start running as these ones you are seeing here. So as you can see, guys, this is where we are going to come to the last part of this video, urging you to make hay while the sun shines. And if you want to join us on our futures 99.99 with a lot of testimonies and a lot of a lot of mouth-watering trades, you can then chat me up. We also have our general group where you can get more broadcasts. Sometimes I put in free trades in that group, so make sure you get into that group immediately to explore it. As far as you are Smart Hustle YT family, you have to be in that particular group, because I share some of the things I don't share here on YouTube on that group. The link of the Telegram channel is down there in the description box. So guys, this is where we are going to call it a day. See you guys on my next video, and for now, bye.